Okay, part two. We got cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe, so I planted some of that. That's some kind of squash. I'm not really sure what kind it's going to be, but it's squash. And I got some, I like butternuts for the wintertime. They keep real well here. So there's another butternut. And I just seen a tree in here. I pull trees out of this garden like you wouldn't believe. I guess we're surrounded by trees, so they want to come up everywhere. And then this past spring, I also planted some seedless grapes. This one I'm going to really take care of. I put up a cattle panel here, and I planted 4 and 3 made it. So there's the one that didn't make it down there, but I'm going to plant some more when I get them. I get them at Tractor Supply when everything's marked down. Here's my ugly strawberry patch. Look how weedy it is. This is not me. I don't do weeds. That's why I have a raised bed. There's a weed coming up right in the middle of it. Yeah, I'm getting where I just can't hardly keep up with this stuff anymore. But I will get in here and pull the grass out. I've finished everything else, the corn and all that stuff. So now, there's some garlic right there too. So now I need to get to the strawberries and get them cleaned up. The bed's not too bad. There's a few weeds in there, but out here is awful, really bad. And the rain, it rained every day, like I said, for a month. So it was impossible, literally impossible to get out here and do anything. So I've got weeds. I've got some in here too. I'm going to get in here and pull all this stuff out. I got grass climbing up the thing. I'll do it later when I'm not doing a video. This grape here, it's out of control. We needed to put those posts right there in. And he should have did it when I had it pruned. There was no leaves. Now it's just too much. So maybe this fall we will take care of that. And you can see these guys are out already. The daggone Japanese beetles. And they love the grapes. See there? They're on the grapes. I can't stand them things. I'm going to put a beetle bag over here and catch as many as I can. But you know, honestly, I'd rather have them on these grapes than on my fruit trees. So I might just let that be the bait. I might, because it ain't going to kill it. And there's really no grapes on there. So that, if they'll keep them off everything else, hooray, hooray. We got a couple of apples. Apple trees take longer than other fruit. So there's a few on here, like maybe 3. There's one under there too. This is a Red Delicious. That's a volunteer tomato plant. I didn't want any tomatoes this year. I had 40 plants last year, and this whole garden was loaded with tomatoes, and I don't want any more tomatoes. I did plant 2 plants over there and a couple peppers, but that's it. And here's some yellow squash. I didn't have any of that last year. It rained so much they rotted off the vines, so I planted some yellow squash. These are beets I started in February, and I've already been pulling them and eating them. See, as you can see, some are getting some nice size on them with a little bit of grass in there. I'm terrible. I'm always out here picking weeds. I can't stand it. Look at the size of that monster. Oh my gosh, I better pull it. It'll get too woody. Look at the size of that thing. Huge. Yeah, I need to check them all. I ate some, but it's time to get some more. I'll put it right here for now. That thing's really big. Yep. There's the thyme. I always said I killed thyme. Well, for real, I killed thyme with it right here. This is growing great. The sage hates water and all that rain. It took a hit, so I took, as you can see, the leaves, it'll survive, but that black is what the raspberries do too. They hate it. They get too wet and then they get a fungus, but it'll pull out of it. These are yellow delicious apples, and this tree was literally loaded with blooms. I got that disease from the rain. It was awful. It rained every day. I'm not joking. For at least 6 weeks. Every day. It was overcasted or raining. So everything took a beating. Honestly, I didn't know if I'd get any peaches. I didn't know if I'd get anything. I thought it was all lost, but it looks like it's pulling out of it. So here we go. Here's the blueberries, and I picked some tonight. I actually ate them. I ate them instead of saving too many. But they're pretty well loaded in here. They're just everywhere as these bushes are getting big. And I want to show you the pears. That's what I'm most excited about. All these zinnias are volunteer. All this is volunteers. I don't know. I didn't hardly plant anything but them carrots over there. And that all the rest just comes back every year. Anyways, here's the pears. They got black soot on them a little bit, but that washes right off. And they're lovely. I had one or two last year, but this year it looks like we're really gonna get some. They're in here. I'm in here with the, oh look, I got blueberries mixed in with pears. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like a jungle in here. It literally is like an Eden garden. So here's a whole bunch of pears going all the way down this limb. See there? They're just all in there. And then there's some on that branch. I have them staked up because they're so heavy they'd probably break. And there's a few on the tree inside. And then we got this peach tree that is loaded too. Crazy loaded. Look at that, branches all the way down there, just full of peaches. I wish everybody was around, I'd share them. Because they're just now what they're doing is they're getting size. They got their color and they're still hard. So I'm figuring about a week, probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And there's gonna be some ripe. And time to can them. I love canned peaches. I got some froze to make jams too, but see, there's more pears here too. I am so excited about the pears because I love canned pears. There's pears there just all over these branches. And I'm not gonna let this tree, see how it wants to go up? I'm gonna cut it off right above where the fruit is, like right in there. And I'm gonna keep it at my level because if it goes up there, I'll never get the fruit. And that would just be a waste, wouldn't it? Okay, I have to bend over to get out of there. These are carrots I planted when I planted the beets. And we got lots of them. I've been eating on them with soup and stews and stuff. See if we can find some in here. They're not overly gigantic, but they're nice. Let's see if I can find a good one to pull, actually. I won't eat it unless I eat it raw, because I'm not making anything today. That's rosemary. Todd came out here the other day and thought it was a weed and ripped the whole thing out of the ground and about died. I had to throw it back in there real quick, and thank goodness it rained and it didn't die. But yeah, I'm like, don't pull nothing. You don't know what nothing is. So anyways, thank God that made it. If it didn't, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But it's a lesson learned. Let's see what we got here. Ah, there's a carrot. Yeah, there's a bunch in there, and they're probably about this size, honestly. I don't like them to get too big, or they get a core in the middle, and they get woody too. So this is probably ideal for homegrown carrots for soups and stews and things, or fresh eating. So anyway, this is the garden. It's not that beautiful because I didn't really keep up with it. See, like that thing was compost. It's all getting dilapidated. Yeah, I got all this mess to clean up this winter, but this is it. I give everything a lot of space, and I probably still will grow some green beans, but I don't really need that much. I do like lima beans, but I still have a whole thing full in the freezer. Look at that. Look at all them peaches on that branch. It's maddening. And all that stuff at the top gets cut off, and everything stays down here at grab level, so we can just grab them and take them with us and load them up. It's huge underneath of there. I got a comfrey way back in there. That comfrey is a deep-rooted plant. If you don't know much about comfrey, so I can get you in there to see it, you should look into comfrey. You plant comfrey near your fruit trees. See it over there by the stump, by the stalk, the trunk. They're very deep-rooted, and they bring all the minerals and goodness up from underneath the ground, and they feed your tree. And they make this stuff called green manure. And you can chop it and drop it, or you can chop some up and compost it and make comfrey tea. And you can feed all the plants in here, all organically, and trust me, it works. It works. So or you can just cut the leaves off and lay them down near the plants, and it'll decay and feed the roots right there. Let's see what we got going over here real quick, because I think I got a pepper on there. I got a little pepper on there. And I did plant these 2 Better Boy tomatoes. And I bought them as babies, and look at them. All that rain made them grow. They're putting on baby tomatoes. Just got to make sure I don't have any tomato worms. And I need to prune them. I've been bad. I've been bad this summer. See all that? That kind of thing drives me nuts. So I usually prune all that off, and I'll cut some out in the middle and open it up so air can get in there and the disease doesn't go crazy. Yeah, I probably need to do that too. And I need to put down more cover. See, that's why I got the cardboard here, because I can't stand stuff like this. I could be out here every day pulling this. It drives me nuts. So all of that right there is really driving me nuts, because I usually like it clean. We're only the plants and the wood chips. And the plants tend to like it better too. Oh, I planted some tobacco right here in this little row. We'll see what happens. I've never planted tobacco before. I haven't watered it yet. I did put the seed in, but I haven't watered it. Okay, to not make this video an hour long, I'm going to let you go. But look at that. Look at the weeds in the chicken pen. There's another apple tree. Oh, I meant to show you this. Oh, my goodness. Let me hurry up. This is what I really wanted. Every summer I like these. These are the sweet potatoes. I need to feed these. I just weeded the mounds yesterday or the day before. I need to feed these. I need to spray them for bugs. But that's what, 3 nice rows of sweet potatoes. And that was a volunteer butternut. See, it's running. And that's a Honeycrisp apple. Someday, hopefully, we'll get some of those. All right, the video's over and into part 2. And I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.